5 mindful tips that you can start today for better sleep, less stress, and more mindful living. I'm Lori Druskowski, and I help support you in finding what you love and creating a plan to live a more meaningful life. The first way is to start noticing the details in nature. You start to see the beauty. There have been times where I've moved, and I moved from a place that had large wildlife, animals, bears. And then I moved to a place there the spiders were huge. They were half-size, dollar-size spiders. And when I would go for my walks at this place, I started to notice the mushrooms and the fungus and the fungi that used to grow, and how many different patterns and colors and looks that each of them had. They were all individual. And then I moved south and I noticed a palm tree, and it was so beautiful because the leaves curled up, each and every one of them. And every day you could see them starting to uncurl just a little bit more. And every day you saw the growth that it was doing. And if you don't take notice in those things, you don't see them. Yeah, you may see in a couple of years that you have to cut the limbs or that it's become, an extra foot higher. But without stopping and becoming present and noticing those details in nature, this is how to become more mindful. The second way is when you're eating. You sit yourself down. And for me, I can't eat when I'm stressed. It will turn my stomach, and I don't like the taste of the food. I don't care what it's doing for my body, nothing. So I do take a moment. And I have been in situations where the company that I was sitting with caused that stress. And in order to be able to eat, I just took a moment. I took a deep breath, and then I started to focus on the food, how it looks on the plate, how it smells as you're starting to lift it up to your mouth. And then when you start to taste it, you taste the different spices or the different textures or the cheesiness maybe, and you're being present. You are actually being mindful of that moment, of how that food is incorporating so many of your senses. It allows you to slow down, to actually savor what it is that's fueling your body. And so number 3 is gentle stretching. Maybe it is yoga. Maybe it is just simple stretching. Sometimes it can just be gentle movements. I like to do a couple of morning stretches. Cat-cow. I do stretches to open up my hips in the morning, getting a little bit more flexible because you've been laying in bed for, 6 to 10 hours. I've been laying in bed for 8 hours. My body will start to get tight. And so just, getting those gentle movements in, it allows you to wake up. It allows you to wake your body up. And you can take the couple of moments to actually feel how good it is to stretch or how good it is to move. And with those few moments that you have in the morning, it doesn't have to be long, but it shows that you're starting to pay attention to your body, that you love your body, that you're taking a few minutes to be present with your body, to feel the muscles, to feel the breath, to feel the stretches. It'll make a huge difference in your day. Another way is to use apps or videos. There are plenty of guided meditations on YouTube or apps that you can use that can use meditation to practice mindfulness. Just search it and you should be able to find guided mindfulness or guided meditations for mindfulness. And number 5 is the 5-4-3-2-1 method. And so if there's something that you just don't want to do, or you're trying to get out of bed and you just say to yourself 5-4-3-2-1, it is a way for you to just become grounded. They're called grounding exercises. And it takes you back into this moment, to be present, to be mindful. And it is so quick and it is so simple. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. and you just start doing what you needed to do. Whether it is getting out of bed, whether it is getting you out of a bad mood or maybe some overthinking that's happening. Another grounding exercise is just putting your feet on the floor and almost feeling the support and it's almost like roots growing, and you're becoming stronger and more stable, and it's becoming more grounding. And if you can do this outside in the grass, that's even better. It connects you. For me, what I would have liked to have known was that the past was over and that there was nothing that I can do to change it, and that the future hasn't happened, and to stop making up potential scenarios of what may or may not happen. And I would have liked for somebody to have told me that. Past is done, future hasn't happened. And because of those two things not there, all that's left is the present, is to just stay mindful. Stay mindful and present right where you're at. Because if you're in the past or the future, you're either stressed or anxious. And nobody wants to feel those things. Because when you're living right now, that's all that you have. That is it. You're alive. You're breathing. Your body is working. For 1 second, it is perfect. And those seconds that add up makes for almost a perfect life. And yes, things go wrong. Things happen. But staying there is not the place that I want to be.